Welcome to the Woodshop at K-State's Art Department. Before using any tool, be sure to do the following. Go to the Woodshop Canvas page, download the liability waiver, read, sign, and submit it to the portal. Complete the Woodshop General Safety module by reading the emergency and general safety policies, review the Woodshop standard operating procedures, watch the associated video, and take the General Shop Safety Quiz. Once these are completed, review each module for the tools you wish to use. Watch the videos, review the manual, and take the quiz. You must wear eye protection when using any tools in the woodshop. You must wear ear protection when using any power tools in the woodshop. You must wear a dust mask when creating any dust. These are found next to the main entrance. A circular saw is a power tool with a circular blade attached to a motor. It can be powered by a cord plugged into an outlet or by a battery. The disc-shaped blades are replaceable and can be designed for different applications. The carbide teeth on the circular blades spin at a high rate of speed around the arbor of the motor and cut through the material by pushing the blade through it. De-energize the tool by unplugging it or taking out the battery before changing blades or doing any maintenance. Inspect the tool before use. Make sure the blade is sharp, clean, and the proper style for the task being performed. Make sure the lower guard is functioning. In order to replace the blade, make sure the tool is de-energized. Use the Allen key found on the handle of the saw to remove the bolt in the center of the blade. Before removing the bolt, use the arbor lock found to the left of the blade guard in the front of the saw to lock the arbor. Then use the Allen key to remove the bolt and a washer. Set them aside for later use and remove the blade from the saw. To install a new blade, do this in the opposite fashion. Lock the arbor, place the new blade onto the arbor with the teeth pointed forward, replace the washer, and install the nut, using the Allen key to tighten the nut down on the blade. Do not over-tighten this nut. Then replace the Allen key in the side of the handle. Adjust the blade height to be a 1/4 inch below the material thickness you are cutting through. To adjust the blade height, use the handle on the left-hand side of the saw. Loosen this, push the saw down to the appropriate level, and tighten the handle back down. Never tilt the shoe of the saw off from your workpiece. If you desire a beveled cut, use the bevel gauge to tilt the saw on its frame to the desired angle. This adjuster is found on the front of the saw. By loosening this lever, you can adjust the angle of the saw. Keep the blade to one side of your line, removing only the waste material and not cutting onto the workpiece. Never cut towards yourself or others. Keep your cuts smooth. Do not jerk the saw. If you hear the blade bind, stop the saw immediately. Energize the saw by using your thumb to depress the safety switch and then your index finger to engage the power trigger. Rest the saw's shoe or base of the tool tight to the top of the workpiece while cutting. Never attempt to cut without the base firmly against the material. Only push the saw in the forward direction. Never pull the saw backwards. This could cause kickback and cause injury or damage. In order to make straight cuts, you can clamp a straight edge onto your workpiece. You'll have to measure the distance from the edge of the frame of the saw to the inside of the blade and transfer that mark from your desired cut point onto the workpiece of the material. Let the saw come to a complete stop before removing the saw from the material. Make sure you have clearance below the cut to make sure you do not cut into a workbench or any important object. Make sure your work surface is clear of fasteners, clutter, or any obstructions along your cutting angle. Set up your material. Clamp it or otherwise secure the material to a stable work surface. Do not attempt to hold the material while cutting. Make your measurements and score a line onto the material. Do not try to make a pocket cut. The wood shop technician can help you do this task properly. Be aware of kickback, especially through knots or unforeseen nails. Clean the tool, inspect it, and return it to the proper place when finished using.